everyone. Your girl is exhausted. Let me walk you through my past few days. Actually, okay, this week has been really fun. We had a little talent show for, I'm a camp counselor, along with my other job. So I'm a camp counselor on the weekdays and then like a food runner on the weekends. And speaking of, y'all, I have another ACT approaching. It's right behind me, isn't it? So there's that. But yeah, so I did that. It was fun. I planned it and I emceed it, which I had fun doing. And then yesterday, 4th of July, woo, happy birthday, Merca. USA. What did I do? I worked, but genuinely, y'all, I only had 2 chicken strips and like 2 street tacos for the whole day. And mind you, I was up from like 9 to 1 in the morning. Don't ever do that. Really bad idea. And so if you're like, KG, why didn't you eat more than that? You work in a restaurant. That's a really good question, actually. I don't like to eat like something really sugary to start my day because then I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack. So usually like how it works is like if something's messed up then you can eat it, but it was really slow and I didn't want to put in food because like I can order food. There's just certain things I can order because I like low-key forgot that was an option because I was distracted saying that we're gonna be the buffest cafe and doing squats instead. Happens to the best of us. And then I got street tacos, ate 2 of them, and the third one just kind of rotted because I went to go get a snow cone, ended up stuck in the snow cone line for an hour. They ran out of ice, and then I was like, y'all, can I just get a cup of ice? And they were like, we're out of ice. And I was like, no, like regular ice. And then they were like, they said we burned the rest of our ice. And I was like, why would you burn the ice? Doesn't that make snow? I didn't even have time to ask y'all. I was genuinely like dying. And so yeah, I was stuck in the snow cone line. So I didn't even like, genuinely all I had were street tacos. And then I forgot about like hunger because I was so hot. And then by the time I got home, I was in bed and I was like, I'm so hungry. And then I was like, why am I hungry? And then I remembered how my day went. And then there was today and I worked and now I'm at my sister's house because I had to feed her cat. But it's nice to be here because nobody else is here, so I can talk as loud as I want. Because whenever I'm at home, I'm kind of like, I don't want my family members hearing me just, like, yapping away to myself. I also don't want them eavesdropping on my conversations, even though this is technically public. I don't know. It's just, like, a thing, because it disrupts my thought process. But now my thought process is flowing. So currently I'm working on trying to draft my college essay, like my personal statement. There has never been a harder thing for me to do in my life because I feel like there's so much pressure behind it because since like genuinely like middle school, like lower school, I've known like college essays are important, and it's like I feel like every word I say is like really like obviously holds so much weight, and I'm like, oh, like I don't know. I like talking a lot more than I like writing because it's easier, and also if you can't tell, I'm freaking exhausted. But I work tomorrow, so bright and early. So I meant to like go home and try and do that today, but I like genuinely am so close to taking a nap here. I was watching The Summer I Turned Pretty, but the TV like low-key kind of turned off because then I started watching TikToks. But I mean, overall, I would say I'm pretty good. Like, I feel like I'm getting it together. I'm good. I'm just like, I don't know. I just feel so nervous because I'm like, I'm about to be a senior, and don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I will be having a blast. It's gonna be a blast. I'm gonna have so much fun, and if I'm genuinely not pooping rainbows every single day, like, I will be pooping rainbows every single day, matter of fact. And on the weekends, too. But, I don't know. There's just, like, a lot of pressure, because I'm like, I want to end up where I want to be, but I also, there's so many factors because I feel like I'm switching between like what's best for me, where would I fit in best, and then I'm like, wait, it's college, so like does it even matter? Because people always say like you'll find your people, but it's like, am I gonna find my people, or am I gonna find like 3 people who are like me and then just have to like, you know, kind of like change my entire being to feel like I'm accepted. Like, I feel like those are two different things. And I'm like, is that what college is like? I really don't want to find out. And then I'm like, oh, well, you know, the weather there, like, I don't want to freeze to death. And then I'm also like, but I don't really care about weather. That's not really important. And then I'm like, well, I actually can't, like, I'm not there right now. So how would I know? And if I even go there, is it even actually like how it actually is every day? But what if I go on a bad day? What if I go on a good day? And then also, what if I like, what if I, you know, disappoint my whole, like, what if I, disappoint myself by not, challenging myself enough, but also what if I challenge myself too much, and then I'm too challenged, and then I don't believe in myself anymore, and then also, how am I going to pay for it? So, yeah, that's what I've been filtering in between for the last, like, while, I can't even tell you how many months, and it's not a fun position to be in. I feel like I'm starting to make sense of everything around me, but every time I look at my college list for more than 2 hours, I start to kind of spiral into those thoughts, and I'm like, I don't even know what I want anymore, and so I have to put it away. But I have some that have been constants, and other ones I'm just like, oh, I really don't know. So we're gonna find out. But yeah, so there's that. And I also feel like I tend to undersell myself. But I also forget the things that I do that are good. I think that might be some brain fog. I don't even know how to describe it anymore, but I'm tired of people being like, that's not brain fog. Well, it's my brain, and I can feel it being foggy, so sounds pretty correct to me. Also, side note, I hate it whenever I say stuff, and, like, you know those people who everything you say, they have something, like, they just treat you like you're an idiot. Like, I hate it whenever people treat me like everything I say is dumb, and not as it, like, they just treat me like I don't know anything. Like, today, oh my god, y'all, I don't even want to name the example, but it's, like, annoying. Like, don't do that to me, it's rude. Ugh, don't condescend me on my weekend, that's rude. Anywho, moving on. What was I saying? I'm so freaking tired. I want to go to bed. But I have things I need to do. I have expectations to fulfill, and that's a good thing, because I've been waiting for this moment for years. If freshman me heard me saying, like, oh, I don't want to do it, she'd be like, if you don't get it together and do that right now, like, I should have just written an essay my freshman year. Everyone's telling me not to worry. Worry. Kidding, kind of. But yeah. So, anywho, tomorrow I will be working as a camp counselor again, and then I have my ACT this Saturday. Wish me luck. I need to take another practice one, and I don't want to. Really don't want to do that, but just standardized testing is just not meant for me. Oh, I was saying I undersell myself. Like, I'm like, okay, I am good at a lot of things, and I just feel like saying that just feels weird, because I'm like, why do I have to say that? But because I feel like being good is subjective, but I feel like I'm subjectively good at things, and I'm actually, like, I can learn things really fast, yeah, as long as I have somebody who actually wants to teach me and doesn't treat me like I'm dumb every time I do something wrong. Oh, I cannot stand it when people do that. Like, whenever I'm learning how to do something new and people are like, do you even know what you're doing? Like, no, that's why you're teaching me. But also, so another thing I've been thinking about, we're going to move on from me underselling myself, because, like I said, I should desensitize myself. Yeah, it just feels weird to me, because I'm like, no, like, I'm really good. I'm so good. I'm the best. Am I though? Like, I don't really know. But then again, I feel like that's the opposite. Yeah. Wait. I feel like I would rather undersell myself than oversell actually, I don't know. I guess it's probably better to oversell yourself. But then, I don't know. Whenever you actually try and do it and you don't know what you're doing, it's kind of like, oh, she's a bomb. So, that's not a good position to be in either. But, what was I saying? I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to find my path, but I feel like my path, like, I have, like, 30 different options right now, and I'm like, which one should I choose? Like, honestly, why don't I just choose one and go with it? Because, like, part of me wants to be like, no, there could be a better one, but honestly, at this point, like, let's just choose one. Let's just pick a road, because I can't keep, like, it's like I'm trying to travel down all 30 at the same time. And it doesn't feel great, honestly. I'm really not feeling the energy. but also it's nice because I'm like, I don't know, figuring life out. I'm like getting a lot of experience, but that's also why it's hard for me to like talk about myself, I guess, because I don't know, I feel like I can always see things from like 30 different perspectives. So I say something and I'm like, okay, I know exactly how that could be like argued against. Like, I know how somebody could say, no, that's wrong. And I'm like, but then I think, like, why am I thinking that? Because like nobody's trying to debate with me. But I feel like maybe I've just been around too many people who try and debate me. That's probably the problem. I don't know. I love working in groups, but I also feel like if my group's bad, I would rather just work alone, which I get probably sounds obvious, but also it's just like a statement, because I feel like it takes me a minute to realize that, okay, I like whenever people say things to me, I always think of it in like the best way possible. And then sometimes later I'll be like, oh, that was meant to be an insult. But sometimes like years will pass and I'll realize, and sometimes I'm sure it's just gone right over my head. And honestly, that's the way I like to live, because I feel like what you look for is what you will find. So like if I look for people being nice, then I'll see people being nice. But if I look for people being mean, then I'll see people being mean. Where I have a problem with it is if you constantly have negative intentions and you're just chucking them at me. And I start to realize that's whenever I'm kind of like, okay, so like, what was the reason? Like, that's not necessary. And also, I'm not about to debate you over this. Hold on, my brother's calling me. No. He's banging my line while I'm mid-conversation with nobody to give me an update on Brazil. Are you serious? Can't just tell me once I get home? Okay, anywho. What was I saying? See, this is what I'm saying, disrupting my thought process. I wish there was a way I could just turn off calls. Like, whenever I put my phone on a certain setting, like, I just don't receive any calls. What was I gonna say? Oh my god. I just remembered I have to be at work tomorrow at 7:15. But I'm happy because I'm gonna be making more money. Y'all, genuinely, I've been working so much that, like, actually, I'm very proud of my spending habits, because I haven't been spending very much, and I have, like, more money. And it's funny because usually whenever I have no money, I'm like, oh, why didn't I go spend it? But like now that I'm comfortable for once. I'm not digging for pennies in my wallet. This is crazy. And you know what's even more funny? Genuinely, like, I know I only worked 10 hours a week, or worked 10 hours a week during the school year, but like, y'all have to understand, I was doing hours of schoolwork. And it took even longer than it should have, because I genuinely didn't want to do it, and I was trying to force myself to do it, and that made me do it even slower. So like a 15-minute task would genuinely take me an hour and 30 minutes. Like, it was bad. And then I was like working on for my finals week, before my finals week, baby, I was working. Before my midterms, baby, I was working. Like, genuinely, the grind never stopped. The wheels fell off the train fell off the tracks, the train was upside down, going backwards, on fire, full of like rotten onions, but we still landed perfectly. Kind of. I mean, I would prefer for my GPA to have, actually, no, I'm really proud of, hold on. I actually need to make this a statement, because I'm so proud of the way my GPA turned out, because if y'all had known the blood, sweat, and tears I put into every single thing I did, like, I had nothing left to give, and I was still giving that a good, like, 75%. The other 25 being saved for just general running purposes. Like, genuinely, had I worked any harder, I would not have been able to wash my face at night. Like, it was, but like, here's my thing. How do I put that into essay format? Like, I don't know how to describe to you how hard it was. Like, I can't even put that into words. It was so hard. It was so hard. Like, and I cannot name to you every single challenge I had, but all I remember was genuinely at the end of the year, I felt like I was like half dead. I was like, I have worked so hard every single day. And that's why whenever people like try and suggest, oh my goodness, because this is also a thing, people try and suggest that I'm like dumb. And like, whenever I say dumb, just like unintelligent, like people they try and downplay my successes, or they try and treat me like somebody who's not a really hard freaking working person. And I'm like, okay, like you don't have to give me a standing ovation, but like for you to not acknowledge the fact that I did all of that by myself is absolutely asinine, because that, like, within itself is such a like such an accomplishment. Like, what do you mean you changed schools junior year to a harder school, started a job, had to pay $177 for car insurance each month, make $10 an hour, while also trying to maintain a social life, and also while there were so many things I'm doing, and I'm like, I don't want to say like actually no, while also posting on a YouTube channel, while also trying to be a nice person, which by the way is not easy these days because there are so many people who are just mean. Like, what? Why are you mean? Don't be mean. It's not that like, and I would say it's not that hard, but I think it's so easy to be mean. Because whenever you're mean, like, you don't have to think about anything. You can just say whatever the hell you want. And it's like, I don't know. Yeah. So when I do all that, it is just blatantly disrespectful for you to not even acknowledge that I did all of that. Like, and that's why when people try and discount my successes, I'm always like, no, that genuinely will always like put me in a bad mood, because I'm like, what more could you have wanted from me? I can't, like, that's what I can give you. That's about the best it can get. Genuinely. I don't know what else I can provide. Like, I feel like that's a pretty impressive accomplishment. And you can be like, no, it's not that hard. But like, oh, you didn't do it. And I did it. And I can tell you right now, it was pretty hard. And so yeah, there's that. But yeah, oftentimes whenever people say things, I guess it's whenever people say things that are just wrong. That's what makes me mad. Like, you know, whenever somebody tries to assume who you are and they just are dead wrong, but they don't know that they're dead wrong because they're not you. That reminds me of that quote from, I forgot who it was, and it's like, nobody will ever know exactly how you feel. But then again, I will say, like, I know how you feel to other people, but like, I mean that in more of like a, not a rhetorical sense, but like, I'm saying that to like make them feel understood, not to be like, I know exactly how you feel. Like that's my life. Like, I'm really not trying to turn it into a competition like that. But I don't know, y'all. I feel like this has really helped me. Are these like my therapy videos? Me giving myself therapy? I'm dead. That's really funny. But yeah. I don't know. I feel like my life is just like right now. It's like, you know the scene where Spider-Man throws like all his stuff into the air and then catches it perfectly on the plate? I feel like I'm at the point where like everything's in the air. And now I just have to catch it perfectly. And I just need to figure out how to do that. So anywho, wish me luck. Bye.